We're here with Wheaton head volleyball coach Stephanie Schmidt after her team's 3-0 victories over both Edgewood College and University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh on Tuesday night in King Arena in the Wheaton Tri-Match. Coach, talk a little bit about what went right for your teams tonight and what were some of the things that allowed you to get both a pair of 3-0 wins.
Yeah. When we find ourselves in system, we feel pretty good. We have a lot of offensive options, and our attackers are showing themselves to be pretty versatile. And so we actually didn't start really well in the match against Oshkosh. We were down 7-0 early.
Yeah.
But we, two things I think really worked for us well. One was that we knew Oshkosh wanted to use their middle blockers the most. And so our goal was to serve aggressively and attack aggressively so that they were out of system and they could not use those middles. And we felt like we accomplished that pretty well. We forced them to use their pin hitters, and we were more prepared, I guess, defensively for those pins. And then on top of that, we're just hitting at a really high efficiency right now. We're staying fairly error-free, but we're taking aggressive swings. And I think what really turned the corner for us in that match was if we couldn't get a kill out of a swing, rather than just give Oshkosh an easy ball, we were trying to give them something that was going to keep them scrambled a little bit. And we felt that was really successful for us. And kind of once we started momentum, we just kept it. And it was a lot of fun.
Your team, speaking of momentum, your team has a lot of momentum now, 5-0, heading into your trip to the Washington, D.C. area this weekend. What is going right overall, not just tonight, but in these 5 wins? And what does your team need to keep doing? What does your team need to do to keep that momentum going?
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about building a culture. That's been a lot of our preseason conversation, I guess. We've got a core group of returners that's really solid and they're stepping up. We've also got a lot of freshmen that are really key players, which then to us equals a lot of depth. We have a lot of players at just about every position, and many of those players can also play more than one position. And so if we find ourselves needing to make even just a small adjustment and mix somebody up here and there, that's really key for us. So we need to be able to keep doing that, I think, and we need to keep passing well. And so far, I think our serve, receive, and defense has been pretty stellar. And we need to keep that, again, to keep us in system so that we can run what we want offensively.
Finally, you talked a little bit about the versatility your team has. What does that do as you're facing an opponent in terms of both preparing for you and in terms of throughout the course of a match? What is that versatility that your team really seems to have capitalized on this year? What does that do against an opponent?
Yeah, so in preparing for an opponent, it's both really fun and also a little overwhelming because there's so many pieces.
Yeah.
And we're trying to, in a practice session, prepping for a match, we're trying to get everybody practicing in areas that they might see in a match. That's almost impossible. But it lets us really look at, what are the other team's weaknesses that we want to try to pick on, I guess, for lack of a better term. We want to expose those weaknesses. And then who do we have on our staff, on our bench, all 18, 17 currently active players, that can really expose those weaknesses well. So it might be that a couple of hitters maybe aren't our top hitters traditionally, but if they've got a certain shot they're really good at, and we know that's going to really pick apart a team, we might be able to use them. And so it's a lot of fun then to plan, but it definitely means that it takes more planning because we really want to prepare well.